Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from RealityArtPod here to talk about Week 2's Wednesday Power of Veto episode of Big Brother 27. Last time on Big Brother, players fumbled around in the dark looking for power, and when Jimmy won HOH, Kelly, Mickey, and Keanu all won secret powers, but they couldn't keep it secret, and Keanu, Kelly, and innocent Adrian ended up on the block. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist to catch up on my recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. You can also use the link in the description to try Paramount Plus for free. But let's dive into it. We get opening credits with the murder mystery theme. Everyone looks so cool. Kiki's snapping his fingers. Ava's doing her big one. Rachel eats in red. We pick back up where we left off. Keanu is sleeping still after Jimmy's nomination speech. Jimmy is feeling himself after he ripped Keanu a new one, saying the toilet would be jealous of Keanu. Has anyone asked the toilet? Adrian tears up, getting emotional about being able to support his family with the money. He vows not to let his family down. This was a sweet character moment. Amy is happy to be off the block, but she's worried that Jimmy will make a weenie move and nominate her again because, as Amy says again, Jimmy is a weenie. In the storage room, Rachel confronts Keanu. Keanu is claiming he voted for Amy to stay. Rachel knows he's lying. She also asks him if he won a power. More lies from Keanu. Rachel has had it. She's staring him down. These two do this all the time. Ava is pumping iron in the gym, comedically giving the absolute least. Ava is such a vibe. Kelly starts sharing details about her power with the other players, that she can play in a second veto competition by herself after the veto meeting. She's considering using it this week to save herself. Keanu has only told Kelly and now Vince that he can invoke a previous player to play in the veto to double his chances at the veto. Rachel is showing off her outfits. Jimmy shades her for having hit or miss fashion choices, which is true. They go back and forth with shady insults, but Rachel likes Jimmy, and she enjoys fighting with him. They have a cute little friendship for now. Will is dealing with an injury, and he shares with the group his experience in the military. He did it to take care of his family, and now his daughter's in the military. It was nice seeing this, and the diary rooms in these segments seemed more real than usual, which I appreciate. Lauren and Catherine are bonding, as they do all the time. They graduate their friendship to an alliance. Catherine worries that Lauren is more liked than her, but Catherine girly, get out of bed and shake some hands. It's time to pick players for the veto competition. Keanu quickly pipes up. There's always some drama at the ceremonies on the Keanu and Jimmy show. Keanu invokes his mystery competitor power, and of course Jimmy and Keanu have a fight where Jimmy tells Keanu to sit his ass on the nomination chair where he belongs. Keanu says he's gonna pick off everyone one by one. Ava's picked to join Jimmy, the nominees, and the mystery player in the veto competition. After the picks, Ashley is pissed at Keanu, calling him out in the kitchen for saying he's coming for everyone, including saying Keanu sounded like the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm gonna pick you all off one by one, she says. Rachel is happy that everyone's fighting and taking the attention away from there being a Big Brother winner in the house. Players head to the backyard dressed as plants. I love these costumes. They announce the mystery player is Big Brother winner Casey, who looks so funny as a plant. It's wild to see Casey in the diary room after all this time, but between Casey and the diary room couch, there's too much furniture in the room. House guests will use their disguises to creep on Big Brother 25's Felicia, my favorite house guest of all time. They have to hold their hands on the buttons behind them, and when Felicia says creeper, they have to run for their buttons on the other side. Each round, the slowest runner is eliminated. If they let go of their buttons before Felicia says creeper, it's a false start and they're eliminated. Felicia's having a ball doing her skit, avoiding saying creeper by saying crap, critter, crawler, and she had a crawler in her pocket. Give Felicia an Emmy for this performance, honestly. In the first round, Kelly's eliminated with a horrible skittering technique. You must hop. Ava's eliminated second. At least she hopped. Jimmy slips off his button and is eliminated, followed by Keanu with a false start as well. So it comes down between Casey and Adrian in the final round, where Felicia gives Mr. B a grocery list. Take me back. It comes down to a hop off, and Casey beats Adrian. They say it's way too close to call and go to an instant replay. It wasn't close at all. So Casey wins another veto in a challenge that was designed for her. They scream, let's go. Don't take me back. Don't take me back. That veto now belongs to Keanu, and Casey goes back home to non-house guest life. Players strategize, especially Jimmy, who may have to nominate two replacements. He's considering Amy and Will, but now Rachel is saying this is a weenie move and a waste of an HOH. Rachel warns Amy, and Amy says she's basically not even gonna try to ask Jimmy not to nominate her because she doesn't want to kiss his ass, and she calls Jimmy a weenie, which he is kind of being, but I also think not asking the HOH to not nominate you is a weenie move too. Jimmy fills Mickey in on his renominations plan. She feels like he's being a bad ally for making these weak nominations without consulting the team. She fills Morgan in. They're both pissed and don't feel like their alliance is even real. They're glad they didn't tell Jimmy about Mickey's power. Keanu decides to bond with Rachel and mend their relationship. They chat for a few minutes before Keanu tells Rachel that he loves watching clips from her season of Reagan and Hayden insulting her. She's rightfully annoyed that he's only pointing out her worst moments where people are being mean to her, and she storms off. He follows her into the kitchen where Rachel tells him off and declares war on Keanu. At the veto meeting, Keanu uses the veto on himself. Shockingly, there's no argument between he and Jimmy here, and Jimmy nominates Amy in his place. Kelly then chimes in to activate her mystery veto power. She'll play in her challenge later that day. In the meantime, Keanu tries to make nice with Jimmy, who hates him, and asks Jimmy to nominate his friend Rachel. Keanu is a mess. The show makes it seem like Jimmy considered this, but he didn't, let's be for real. He was really considering nominating Riley instead of Will. This was weird editing. It's time for Kelly's challenge. She has 2 minutes to complete such an easy puzzle. They even put the bottom piece right at the top of the stack. So Kelly gets started, cheering herself on. She gets confused when she has only one piece left, which is crazy, but she completes this with 30 seconds to spare, winning the second veto and saving herself from the block for the second week in a row. Jimmy has to replace her with his 5th nomination of the week. He decides to go through and nominate Will, which adjourns the veto proceedings for the week. So there we have it. Coming into tomorrow's eviction, Amy, Will, and Adrian face eviction, and I'll be genuinely shocked if Amy survives this one. So that's my prediction, but anything can happen in the blockbuster competition. But that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of Keanu and Kelly's wins, and the Amy and Will renoms? Who do you think will be evicted this week, and who do you want to win HOH? I need a racial week. I'll be back tomorrow to recap the live eviction and with my player rankings. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. Until next time, you know where to find me. Bye.